So good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Naiva Flory, and I'm a Blue Diamond with Purium. I have been with this company for 4 years now as of September 1st, so I'm super excited and honored to be able to share with you some of my journey and some of the things I've learned along the journey. I am a stay-at-home mom. This has enabled me to stay home over the past 4 years since my baby was 4 months old when I first learned about Purium. So that's a huge part of my story. I also am super honored that Amy Venner asked me to be on the council for the Million Mom Movement. So that is something new and exciting that I'm so honored to be a part of, because that has been my passion in sharing over the past 4 years, has been helping moms to not only get better nutrition, so to be able to stay at home and make money from home. You'll just check your phones. I have a couple people off mute. You can hear some background noise. I really appreciate it. Looks like Jilly, you're off mute. There might be a few other people. Thank you so much for making sure that you're muted out so we have clear lines here. So some of the first things I want to share about social media, and it's pretty self-explanatory, but having a professional profile picture really helps. So having a picture, you know, I know a lot of us, I often will put a picture of me and my son, and that's my favorite profile picture. But I'm learning more and more that, you know, having a really professional profile picture just of yourself as a professional, a headshot or some kind of really nice shot, really does make an impact on people seeing your credibility and also just seeing you as a professional. Hey, Maria, will you mute out, please? So that's just one of the things that you can do. The other thing is setting your profile to public will also make it so more people can see what you're posting. So I know that a lot of us want to be private. We want to kind of stay to ourselves or only be sharing with our friends and family on Facebook. Hey, will you guys just check your phones and mute out? We have a lot of people off mute. Thank you so much. So setting your privacy settings to public can really help. And if you do have a private account and that's what you prefer, then at least make sure that you make the post that you want to be public, make sure that you change the setting on that post when you post it. So for example, if you're making a share that's really authentic and you want it to get out there in the world so that more people see it, it's really important that that's public. The other thing that it does is by making a post public, it makes it so it's shareable. So if your posts are private, nobody can share that post. And if you have an amazing, inspiring post, you want that to get spread far and wide, unless you just only want to help the few people around you. So creating a public account, or at least setting your certain posts to public, can really help you get more visibility. Knowing your story and finding your voice. So we all have a story. We've all come from some kind of background, whether it was working a 9-to-5 job, or for me being a stay-at-home mom on maternity leave. I did have a job before that I can share that story about. We all have had experiences where we've had ups and downs in our life, and we can pull from stories and experiences. Hey, Carolyn, looks like you're off mute, hon. Will you please mute out your phone? So pull from those experiences, whatever. Something that really helps me if I think of something that I want to share is going through my pictures. My computer has thousands of pictures in it, and I will go through there, and sometimes I'll see a picture of me and somebody I haven't seen in many years, and I want to share about that experience that we had. Maybe it was a hike that we did and something that we overcame, a limiting belief, whatever it might be. It might also be pictures from our convention, and you might be sharing about our community and what it is that we're doing and some of the changes we're making. Or it might be, you know, a cleanup that I went to and sharing about, you know, the problem in our society today with needing more biodegradable packaging, and how we have a solution to that with some of our products. So you can always tie in different parts of the story with something that we offer. That on every post, we want to make some, you want to have a variety of posts, but just one of the options. Can you please mute out, hon? You're still off mute.
That's unmuted, I'm sorry.
Oh, I can still hear you. I don't know how to mute you out. Let me see. Let me just go through and mute everyone out. And So for those of you who use social media a lot, if you'll comment, put in the comments if you use Facebook or Instagram or what your favorite social media is. I'd love to know what people use more. I personally use both. I've just learned how to use Instagram more and more now in my business, and it's how to keep impact, but focusing mostly on Facebook because that's my favorite platform. It's somewhere where we can create groups to, create more community. You can have groups for your group cleanses. You can have groups for our, like we have our pages, which are within a group. And these offer a lot of different ways to connect with your community. So the stories that we want to tell are stories that are going to be attracting business partners. So today I was going to really focus on attracting business partners. And of course, what we're doing is we're leading with the business because we can always fall back on the product. If we only lead with the product, which in the past has been me as a mom who learned about the product for better nutrition. Everybody can please check your phones. I got a lot of people off mute. I have a lot of background noise on my end. I really appreciate it. We're all leaders on this call, and this is part of our leadership training is to be accountable. Please, when you come onto these calls, if you can just check your phone, make sure you're muted out. Looks like Patricia, you're not muted, and I can't find you to mute you out until it's time to share. When it's time to share, then you can go ahead and unmute yourselves and share. We would love to hear all of your voices.
Bottom left corner of your screen, whether it's on the phone or the computer, there's a mute thing. If you click on it, a red line will go through it. That's how you know you're muted.
Thank you so much, Tara. Yeah, it's like a little microphone. So just click on that microphone, mute yourself out. Thank you so much, everyone. So what stories do we need to tell to attract our business partners? You don't need to have your own story that you've had super success in Purium. We have so many stories to share from. So you can go, we have a video that shares a lot of our business stories. I know we have like our brand partner videos. And you probably have an upline that has a great story that you can share. So if you don't have your own story, you can also pull from other stories of like, wow, my friend had this amazing experience and has been able to accomplish X, Y, Z. And that's something that I'm looking to do and I want to help others do the same. So we're attracting people that want our business. So some of the things you want to think about, and if you can take some little notes for yourself, is why am I doing this business? What is it that's passionate to you of why you're doing this business? For me, it's because I want to help more people live a healthier life. I want to help more moms be able to not have to return back to work after maternity leave, which is what happened for me. And so, what is the most passion to you about why you're doing this business? And then what are some of your current life experiences? Maybe some struggles that you've gone through that you feel like you've overcome, that you had an aha moment around, something that you can share about that like, I came from this space. So for me, I'll share a little bit of my story is I was on maternity leave from my job. I used to work at Kaikini Bikinis here on Kauai making bikinis. And I was able to, I had maternity leave. So when my baby was 4 months old, I was able to start using Purium as a way of nutrition. And I had no idea what was going to come out of that. But I started sharing with some of my friends, and within 2 months, I made my money back my first month, but within 2 months, I had replaced my part-time income. So by my 6th month of my maternity leave, when I got that call from my boss to return back to work, I was actually able to realize that I had replaced that income. That was my aha moment. And at that time, I was able to actually call my boss back and say, you know what, I replaced my part-time income with you. I appreciate you waiting 6 months for me to return back to work, but I won't be coming back. And that was the beginning of my journey with Purium. And I must say, you guys, within those first 2 months, I went to 2 Purium events. I got invited to a healthy happy hour on my first week of my cleanse, and Ikaika Plaska was there sharing his story, and that was super inspiring. And then my second event was our regional convention on Oahu just a few weeks later. So I must say, if there's an event in your area, I know we have some regionals coming up, make sure and find out where those regionals are and start planning ahead so you can make it to those regionals, because that will have a huge impact on your business. So pull from your different stories. We all have different backgrounds, different things that we've gone through, and then we've all come to, you know, a different place. So we've had struggles and we've overcome them. So those are all stories we can share, and we can tie it into some of the things happening today. But especially, there's so many people struggling, and I heard somebody say that most people in America are $500 away from going bankrupt or being homeless. And that's really sad. And that's something that we can help people with. Making $500 with Purium is not hard to do. So being able to share that, you know, even that you've made $500, that's huge. Will you guys please check your phones again? We still have a few people. So being able to help people, even if you've only made a little bit of money in this business, that's not the issue. The thing is that we can help people, and the more people you help to make $500 to $1,000 and start to change that trajectory and be able to actually pay their bills and not be behind, which is something that so many of us I know have that struggle or have had in the past, is to help other people do that. And the more people we can help, the more people we can, you know, obviously the more income you're going to make. So this business is really about helping others. So some of the things I want you to jot down if you have a notebook handy are some of the things that we're looking for. So, and you guys can also put in the chat, you know, if you think of some other great words of what are we looking for in this community? What are we looking for in a brand partner? So we want somebody that's entrepreneurial, right? We want somebody that can really manage their time and work for themselves. Want somebody that's positive, somebody that has integrity, somebody that's ambitious, caring, driven, self-motivated, focused, goal-oriented, mission-driven, authentic, and just jot down any of these words that you feel like are people that you're looking for. And I want you to be creative. Think of your own words as well. If something pops up, I'd love for you to come on and share with us some of the words that maybe you come up with. These are just ones that I wrote down for what it would be that I'm looking for in an entrepreneur. So somebody that's compassionate, coachable, genuine, dedicated, committed, nurturing, passionate, health conscious, a manifester, reliable, hard worker, focused, motivated, has big dreams. So these are all words that I wrote down as to what I would be looking for as a brand partner in my team. So as I said those words, did anybody pop into your mind of somebody that is entrepreneurial or somebody that's really positive? Jot down their name. If ever you think of somebody, it's for a reason. So if anything that I share today makes you think like, oh my gosh, this person is perfect for this, or this fits that description, I want you to jot their name down, and at the end of this call, I want us to text those people and just say hi and check in with them. So, you know, if any of those words made you think of a certain person, write them down. And we're going to reach out to some of these people, because these are the kind of people that we want in our community and in our company and in our team, right? We don't want to be the only one leading the way, and we don't want to drag people along. We want people to want to become part of it. So what are you interested in talking about? What are you passionate about? What's your past and current story experience that you can weave in to create your story today? So these are all things that I'm going to touch on. So always weave in your why to your story. And you're going to have different stories. You're going to be sharing your Purium story on your Facebook page, maybe once or twice a month, and you can share it in different ways. It's not going to be the exact same story. You'll be able to change that story over time, as well as pull from different experiences and tie in your Purium. So, can we start?
Hey, may we have everybody mute?
"805 number, you're unmuted."
I'm working on it. I'm trying. I'm so sorry.
If you have an iPhone, you have a mute button on your screen. That might be for you. If you just click on your screen at the bottom, it has a mute button. So different kind of Facebook posts that I want to talk about. Just a second. My little guy's coming here. What? Okay. Gonna.
And 805, hun, if you don't have an iPhone, if you're on your computer, it's on the bottom left. Looks like a little microphone. You click on it.
Okay, I'm working right now. Okay. Go have your sister help you. So different posts that we can make on Facebook. So there's several different kinds. And again, if you have your notebook, you can jot down some of these notes. So your one post is talking about your why. Why are you in this business? And, you know, maybe it's family, to help your partner retire from work, maybe to retire yourself from your work, maybe your parents, your kids, you want a new house, a car, your dreams and goals. What is your why? So this is one post that you can write about, and you can share what it is that you're manifesting into your life. And sorry, multitasking here. And so these are things that you can share to attract the people that also have a similar why and want something that you want as well. So maybe you're going to weave in, for myself, it's being able to have a land on Hawaii and build a community here and have a place where we can actually grow gardens and, you know, do what it is that we want to be and be more sustainable. Because right now I live in a house in the middle of a neighborhood and my garden is very small. So I would love to have a home, and so I can share that. You know, there's so many other people that want that as well. Number 2 is a lifestyle post. What do you do on a daily basis in your life? Do you, go for a jog? Do you go hiking? Do you walk your dog? Do you play with your kids at the park? Whatever, go to the beach. Those are my favorite kind of posts, if you haven't noticed, is my lifestyle posts and being able to share what it is that I do on a daily basis. And then there's food posts. Food posts are, maybe some of the healthy things you're doing. Maybe it's once in a while sharing your green drink or what it is that you're doing with Purium. Or maybe it's, making a healthy recipe. This is also one of my favorite things. I love creating fun recipes. I love juicing, and I love sharing about it. So these are some of the things that you can share about. And then once in a while, share a yummy dessert that you're having, because you don't want people to think like, if I do Purium, I can't have cake or ice cream anymore. So we do once in a while want to share some of the delicious things that we have in our life as well, because we don't want to be too far on, just tilted all healthy stuff to where people are like, if I join this awesome movement, I'm not going to be able to have cake and ice cream anymore. So once in a while, tilt the other way and share some of your desserts or other yummy things that you have in your life. Shared posts. Once in a while, you want to do a shared post. So maybe a post that somebody else posted, maybe your upline or a team member posted their testimony. It might be a shared post from Purium's blog or from the Purium page, or it could be a shared post from an inspirational quote page that you just love their inspirational quotes. So once in a while, you want to share other posts on your wall. And this is just a different kind of posts. So I'm just sharing about the different kind of posts on Facebook that we can do and have a variety of them. So your My Story post, you're speaking about your business to your business partners and what it is that you're looking for. So, really sharing your passion and your authentic desire for what it is that you want in your life and your dreams, because this is what's going to attract those business partners. So your My Story post can also be my story in the future. This is the story that I am creating. And that's one of my favorite kinds of posts to imagine a little bit about, like, what is it that I'm creating and who do I want in my community and what are they looking for? Because we can really help others imagine and dream as well. And then I'm looking for you posts. Make it upbeat, make it fun with a call to action and like, hey, I want you in my community. These are the fun things we're doing. I love doing that with like a picture of our community, say at convention, or maybe you have a team picture from a healthy happy hour. And you can share that and say, this is our community we're building, this is what we're doing, and we want you to join our community and do this with us because we need more people to help more people faster. We need more people to join our mission. So that's something that I like to share about as well. Keep the post in balance and try not to be over salesy, because people love people. They don't love what it is that you have to sell. So make sure that you're just being authentic in yourself. You're sharing about your lifestyle. You're sharing what you're doing. You're sharing your story, your dreams, your visions, and people will be attracted to what it is that you're doing. let's see. So that was most of what I wanted to share from one of the trainings that I had recently done on social media. But I also just wanted to share a short little bit of notes that I took. I love Dr. Dana McGrady and some of the things that she shared. And so I just wanted to share with you guys because I felt like it was really pertinent. So make a bigger impact, right? How are we going to make that bigger impact in the world? We have to share our stories so that more people know what it is that we're doing. So share how the products will make them feel, right? So this is talking to someone. You know, we don't want to just talk about products. We want to talk about how these products will impact their life. So find out more about your friends as you're reaching out and connecting with them and creating those conversations to make that bigger impact. Start that conversation about how will these products make them feel as opposed to what products they need. So we want to find out what they're going through, some of the things they're dealing with, and then how this will make them feel. And same with the business opportunity. If you're leading with the business, how will this change their life? What will it do for them? Find out what some of their struggles are. Maybe they're, you know, maybe they're $500 away from evicted from their home in America, or maybe they just need help to make a little extra money to relieve some of the stresses in their life. So find out what it is that they need. If they need more time, that's what I needed. And so align with that, with what it is that they want and need, and share that with them. So how will this actually impact their life? And not so much, that way we don't have to just gear them towards packages or products or certain things, but what is it going to do for them? How will it impact them? And then lead with purpose, right? We want to lead with purpose. We want to go out there and share with passion and purpose and have people see what it is that we're really doing. And that's how we're going to find our tribe and align with our greater mission, help more people faster and help end human suffering, which is Dave's mission with Purium, is to help more people and to end human suffering. So that's a little bit about what I wanted to share today, about sharing on social media, using social media to share different parts of our stories, different kinds of posts that we can make. And that's how I've built my business over the past 4 years. I have also done healthy happy hours in person. I do a lot of in-person meetups and things like that. Lunch dates are great. One-on-one lunch dates are one of my favorite ways to one-on-one prospect with people. But using social media to reach out to way more people than one-on-one interactions or so I'd love to hear from you all, how you're using social media, what's working for you, any tips and tricks that you have, and just share your voice. I'd love to hear from all of you.
I'll speak up for a moment since nobody jumped in. Ray of Light, did you guys get a chance to see her recent post? Absolutely excellent, outstanding. She put pictures of crops being sprayed with glyphosate, a baby drinking the bottle, pictures that she took at convention, and she wrote like a 2-paragraph story about the lawsuit results and identified the problem and announced that she has the solution and invited people to contact her. And I've been commenting on it, liking, and I think that throws it back in the feed more frequently. I thought that was pretty brilliant. Good job, Ray.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Thank you. And also, I just want to say, I've been waking up now the last 2 days with like so many people hitting me up. Like, it's definitely working. I just want to share something also, is that I've always been like, I'm really strategic with my posts. And I've been doing a lot of these things, but I'm really shifting it away from the ego and into the heart. Away from like, yeah, I look great for my age and I do yoga and I'm a good dancer and all this cool stuff I want to share, to more of like really what my mission is and less that. And yeah, it's really awesome. And then also I want to say, I missed the day of work here, like trimming work, but it was a really good job on Tuesday. And I was really like talking about it a lot to a friend. Might have been you, Tara. I can't even remember. It was Tara or Monica or someone. I kept complaining how I was missing this money. And whoever it was looked at me and was like, it's okay. Something bigger, better is going to happen. It's good you stayed here until Tuesday. Something's going to happen. And not through Purium. I ended up making $1,100 on Tuesday, and I was totally broke. So but I looked back in the eyes of this person. I was like, you're right. Yes, something bigger is going to happen. And I'm consciously shifting my energy, which I already thought my energy was on point, but I'm really making big conscious shifts, and I'm feeling it, and I'm super excited. I have so many people hitting me up, but mostly because of these posts that I've been sharing. Anyway, I'm going to share it with you guys.
I want to talk. Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Hi, Terry.
Hi. Do you like my new headband?
We love it.
Okay, so I have to tell you guys, another really great way to find people is to do a little investigating on Facebook. So, like, look at your news feed and see what people are actually posting. Like, I'm not feeling well today. I'm really under the weather, or I've got this or this or this, or a friend of mine has got this. And really all you have to do is look at your news feed. And if you have to dig deeper, go to their page and, maybe not just reach out to them, and maybe not, just say I've been thinking of you. You've been on my mind a lot lately. And if they're really open to something, then go ahead and share with them. Otherwise, check back with them again in a couple of days. And then say, well, what's really been working for me and others? I've been getting a lot of people that way. So anyway, peace out.
That's awesome, Terry. Thank you so much. Yeah, so another way, you just reminded me that is a way that you can stir up your algorithms. If you feel like a lot of people are seeing your posts, you can actually go in and you can go and comment and like on different people's posts that you want. So if you jot down some names, or you have some people that really resonate with some of those words I read earlier but want in our community, I can leave this person out because I hear myself. Then go and like and comment on their pages, so that way they'll start seeing your posts more. Okay, did I mute everybody out? You guys will just check your phones again. We still have some people off mute. I'm trying to mute everyone out, but it's kind of hard from this end. So that's another way you can stir up algorithms. If you feel like not a lot of people are seeing your post, or if you're going to make a really impactful post and you want certain people to see it, then go to their page and like or comment on the last thing that they posted, or something on the top of their page. And this will make it so that way they're now going to be in your algorithm. Even if you send them a message, that will also bring them into your algorithm, but that is a little bit more like they'll know that you sent them a message, and that you're bringing them into the algorithm. So I like to just comment or just like on one of their pictures, and then it's really non-invasive. They have no idea that you're bringing them into the algorithm, and they will see your next post. So that's an exercise that we sometimes do, is for 10 or 15 minutes, go to the people's pages that you want them to see your post, go like or comment on something on their page, and then make your really impactful post, and you'll have way more people seeing your post, or way more of the people that you want to be interacting with will be seeing your posts. So that's a little trick for social media to mix up your algorithms as well. Whoever wants to share next or bounce off of what I just said, please put yourself off mute. We'd love to hear from you.
Hi, I would love to check out, Ray, your Instagram post I've heard so much about. What is your Instagram name, please?
It is Ray of Light 1, RAELIGHT 1. And some of them have disappeared, but there's a way to make them highlights, and I'm going to work on that today. So I actually have them. You can highlight all your awesome posts that you get responses from. So I'm going to do that later today also, so that anybody that comes to my page can watch these posts.
Thank you.
Awesome. Who else would like to share? Comment or bounce off?
I can share a little bit.
Hey,
Can you
Jeremy.
guys hear me?
Yep.
All right, cool. So yeah, I love what you shared about, basically just thinking about our lifestyle, kind of seek that curiosity, provide value. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about providing value. And so when we make our posts, 90% of our posts should well, I've heard the formula is 10%. You could mention your product, you could mention Purium, but 90% of the time should be more of something else that will lead to Purium by making creating that curiosity that piques their interest. But my strategy that I do is that before I post, I always spend about 10 minutes before I post to comment on as many other posts as possible, in my news feed. And then I also do that right after I post. So right after I post, I comment on a bunch of other people's posts and pictures and stuff like that. So I'm active on my Facebook 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after every post, or about 10 minutes, so I could work with the algorithms. And then make sure when you're interacting with people on your own post, make sure you're creating conversations within those comments. Don't just be like, thank you. Don't be like, hi. Just create a conversation within those posts, and then take that conversation into private message, into Messenger. But it'll drive up your engagement, when you're actually conversating within the comments of your post. And another tip would be to, that I need to get on myself to do more of is live videos. Live videos. That's the key right now for Facebook to really explode your visibility and your engagement. Is to consistently do live videos. At least once a day is what they say, but I think anywhere from 3 to 5 a week is definitely more than good enough. And other than that is utilize Facebook groups. Join groups in your local area. Join groups that have similar interests, that have spirituality things, that have anything that is in your scope of interest and your passions, and be a light in that group. Comment in different things. Provide your value. Provide your insight. Provide your experience. And eventually take every single conversation into Facebook Messenger, because that's where you make the money. It's the Facebook Messenger. Obviously, that's a really valuable tool. So, you always want to be ABC, always be connecting. And as you're connecting, just invite people, use your tools, leverage your tools, leverage your phone app, just invite people to take a look at what we have, and just rinse and repeat, follow up. So don't forget to follow up on Facebook Messenger. I couldn't tell you how many times I've let a message just get down and down and down, under dozens and dozens of other messages, and I didn't follow up for a good month or so. I don't know. I talk to so many people and I get lost. But yeah, utilize that Facebook Messenger, provide value, and try out the strategy of commenting before and after your post. And try not to do more than 4 posts a day. I think if you do too much, it lowers your algorithm. I think 3 or 4 a day is optimal for either platform. So that's that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Such valuable information. And yes, we are getting people offline into Messenger is the end goal. So thanks so much for sharing that, and about the groups as well. Joining groups that we have something in common with. That's usually what I tell people is, find things that you're authentically passionate about and join some of those groups. If it's yoga, if it's hiking, if it's adventure, travel, whatever it is, join some of those groups, because you have something in common with the people there in those groups. And you can start sharing what it is that you're doing. You can start commenting on what they're doing and create those relationships, like Jeremy said, and eventually get them off into Messenger and be able to share more about what you're doing with Purium. So thank you so much for bringing that to the table today, Jeremy. Who else would like to share next? What's working for you on sharing on social media? Whether it's on Facebook or Instagram, we'd love to just keep empowering everybody of all the tools that we have access to here.
I have a question.
Hi, Joel.
Hi. So I'm a millennial. I'm not millennial. I wish I were. I'm a baby boomer, but I'd like to reach millennials. Does anyone have any good tips for those of us that are baby boomers to reach out to you guys?
Jeremy did a great presentation this last weekend.
I know, I saw that. I was there and I was very inspired by that. But any other comments and thoughts?
I think that sharing, I feel like a lot of millennials, a lot of them are in college or, yes, it's over there. Sorry, I got my 4-year-old here. So I think that just sharing the fact that we have a tool to help people, and to help millennials maybe not put themselves into debt, I feel like a lot of times sharing from some sort of experience. So maybe if you have an experience of when you were younger, and some of the struggles that you went through and how you wish you had this tool in your life, then maybe you could share a story. Okay, give me 1 minute, okay? Give me 1 minute. So, does anybody else want to share about millennials? I'm going to help my 4-year-old for a moment.
Hey, I just want to say that Geraldine's post in her Wild Vitality on Facebook has almost the entire lecture from the convention that Jeffrey Smith did. Very potent. It's public. You can share it. And Joel, I think it's awesome that you're reaching out to the millennials. And I also think it's crucial to reach out to the baby boomers, because the baby boomers are breaking hips. They need the Super Aminos 23 for recovery. Also, their family are having cancer, and we're directly linking cancer to glyphosate. And we are the only company to have an effective means of detoxing glyphosate. So go for those baby boomers. They need us as much as the millennials.
Hey, I also want to say, so me and Tara Alder, we have children that are millennials. And so my son, he has 35,000 followers, organic followers, all on his own, didn't buy any of them. He's got internet fame. So I've been watching him and mocking him. And one thing I noticed that he does, and that a lot of my millennial friends, I can really connect with millennials, I think, because I have a 24-year-old son and an 18-year-old son. So like, I just can relate with them. So yeah, I've been watching, and one thing I've been noticing that they're doing a lot on Instagram is there's this thing where you can ask questions. So like asking your viewers questions, like I did the other day, which my son did, was, what content do you love the most that I post? And I got a lot of feedback, which was really cool, but I wanted to share that. And then real quick, this is really funny. Last week, it was like, or a week or two ago, it was national, this is kind of like a side thing, but it was like National Orgasm Day or something. So I had blocked my 3 sons so I could post something about that, because I didn't want them to see it in my story. And then it was so funny because I mocked my son, and then I sent him my post saying, haha, look, babe, I'm mocking you. Like, I'm learning from you now. And he's like, what are you talking about, Mom? I don't see anything. And I sent it again. He's like, I don't see it. And then he goes, did you block me? And then I was like, oh my gosh, I did, babe. I'm sorry. I was just posting some women's stuff. I didn't want my boys to see. And he's like, haha, busted. But it was really funny. Anyway, I wanted to share that story.
Hey, I've got another thought to throw out there. One of the ways that I've attracted millennials as brand partners is I hire them to be my personal assistant. And within 2 weeks, they all quit their job and start brand partnering with me and in getting their family and friends on board. So hire them. They are sponges. If you have them typing up the Purium research, it's going to go into their brain.
That's awesome, Tara.
Jeremy again. I'm driving. Sorry for the background noise. I think simplifying is really important, because we live in an instant gratifying world. So using the words like social sharing economy, virtual business, like these are hot words, especially for millennials that are, we're on our phones, we're on our technology all the time. So just asking someone like, hey, do you have 8 minutes to learn about a social sharing business, like a virtual business where you don't have to interrupt anything you're doing in your life already, and just send them to the isharepurium.com website. Or I like using the tool that this team has, that one that I just posted in the chat. Use that link. It's fresh. It's really high tech. One page informative link. And I think if someone spends the time and checks out all those videos, they will be really impressed, and they'll see the ease of this business and just sharing gift cards. And overall, getting away from the 9-to-5 lifestyle. So we're moving into collaboration, into teamwork, into doing something bigger than ourselves. We're not sitting inside of in a cubicle for the next 40 years of our lives and competing against others and living in the dog world. Millennials really don't want that. They're just programmed and conditioned and forced to do that because that's the status quo. But if we just show people that, hey, this is a social sharing business, this is all about getting healthy, it's all about building community, it's all about having fun, it's all about creating what we actually want to experience, our dreams, and just kind of painting that kind of picture and also, people that are more health conscious with the superfoods of CBD. CBD is going to grow 700% in the next 2 years. Biomedic is the biggest human impact product that we have on the market right now. So all these little things, and the environmentalism, obviously, that I spoke about, the biodegradable future that we have. There's so many aspects of this business that will appeal to any millennial at any stage of their life if we really approach it the right way with care and kind of lean in and ask them questions and then use the tools that are appropriate for them.
Hi, who spoke? Who was that?
Hi, this is
Go ahead.
Katie.
Hi.
Hi, who just spoke?
Oh, that was Jeremy. Jeremy Frash.
It's Sherry. Sorry, I'm not on Zoom, and I would really love it if people would say like their name so that I know who to connect with. But that was great. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks.
this is Jeremy Fraj. Add me on Facebook. You could look me up on Instagram. So simple. I'll
Jeremy,
comment on the chat.
We're Facebook friends. This is Justin's mom from the magazine.
Oh, yes.
Hi.
Awesome.
So,
Anybody-
I'll comment.
Anybody else want to share about things that are working for you, some of the things that you're doing on social media?
I just was wondering, I'm sorry, he said social sharing economy and another thing, and I wanted to write it down, but I missed it.
Virtual business.
Yeah.
Okay, and one more question. I just got a text about the biomedic call, but it doesn't say when. And I want to.
6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, so it's okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Great questions. Great input. Thank you, everyone.
One thing that I've noticed helps, because I've kind of gone, hi, Neva, you look beautiful, by the way. Mwah. One thing that I've noticed that helps, because I've kind of like gone through waves of like feeling abundance and lack in my posts, like coming from that mind state, is really the more that I share, like the more that I just give my information freely, my education, recommendations, recipes, like inspiration, the more that the universe gifts back to me, and the more that people yearn for from me, whether it's Purium or health consultations or whatever. But the more that I share, like the more like valuable information, the more that comes back. So I just recommend, if you guys have a gift, and information to share, just be so generous with it and so abundant with it, and come from that mind state of just how powerful sharing is and how that sharing is caring. And spreading information and like your wealth of knowledge is so important and so valuable.
Yes, I love that, Haley. You always share such valuable information. So much for doing that.
Thanks, Mama.
Yeah. Time to value, time to value.
Hi, Tara.
Yeah.
Could you say again where that 1 hour presentation was that Geraldine posted?
I just put it in the notes. It's called Wild Vitality. Skylar also posted it in, I don't know, one of Skylar's group pages.
Is it on the A-Team Entrepreneurs page?
I have to go back and look.
Okay.
Give me a sec. I'm almost there. A-Team Wellness Entrepreneurs. Yep, you got it.
And it's called Wild Vitality.
That's the name of Geraldine something. And basically Skylar just reposted her thing. It's also now on my page because I reposted it as well.
Okay, what's the guy's name again?
Jeffrey Smith. He's the world expert in GMOs. And if you guys haven't seen Russian genetic roulette, very potent.
Oh yeah, Jeffrey, he came to Kauai. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
He gave a presentation on Kauai. Great.
So I have a question. This is Carolyn Graham. My question is about having a personal page versus a business page. What do you think about that?
Have both. You're going to connect with more family and friends on your personal page, but your business page is going to, be the people maybe that you've been in professional relationship with, clients, students.
Okay.
Yeah.
The more pages, the better.
And you can also share different information on your personal page and your business page. You can actually direct your following to your business page if you're wanting to share more. Say, for instance, you're a leader in our community. Maybe you're going to be sharing leadership tips or generic social media tips like Sarah Robbins or some of the other social media experts out there. Maybe you do that on your professional page, or maybe you're really diving deeper into your passion with Purium on that professional page, and that's what people are going to expect on that page. And so people will follow you because they want to know what it is you're sharing on that page. And then your personal page can stay more personal to, you know, your stories, what's happening in your life, your personal lifestyle, things like that. Whereas your professional page would be somewhere where you could actually really brand yourself as like, I'm a leader in this community. I'm sharing leadership tips, or I'm sharing superfood tips. I'm sharing health tips, you know, whatever it is that is really your avenue or your passion in sharing, could be maybe on a professional page.
Okay, thank you.
So I think that's a really, yeah. And I love that Jeremy brought the Facebook Live to this call as well, because I've been doing a challenge for the past 17 days. So I'm doing a 30-day challenge where I'm going live every single day. And today will be day 18. And I can say that by doing something like this, you'll increase your following. You'll be able to share with more people. I used to have nobody showing up on my Facebook Lives, and I've been sharing live for over a year, but not consistently. Just, you know, a couple times a week here and there. Some of my lifestyle, some of the things I was doing, and then sometimes I'd throw in, you know, something about Purium. But now I'm going live every single day, and I'm sharing some of my lifestyle, and I'm especially just sharing my passion. And so people that are going to watch me on there are going to see, you know, obviously we were just at convention. They're going to hear about our trip at convention. You know, people that have been watching this past week will also be hearing a ton about the glyphosate and the GMOs, because that's what I've been sharing about a lot. Obviously, coming out of convention, that's kind of a huge part of the focus, and especially with that huge lawsuit that happened. So, you know, just sharing online on social media like that can really have a huge impact. So for any of you who are interested in doing a 30-day challenge, I think that would be a really fun thing that we can do together. And what we can do is we can actually support each other's lives. If we see each other go live, go on there, give each other a couple hearts. You don't have to wait for the duration of it, because I know we're all busy. We have a ton of people to reach out to, but just hop on and give a thumbs up or leave a comment and create some interaction, or maybe even ask a question to help us create better content. So if you're on there and you see us here, you hear us talking about something, and it's, you know, maybe it's something about Purium, or maybe it's something about life, you know, if you see something, hop on and just watch for a couple minutes. If there's a question or something, some additional value that you can add, let's help each other and add additional value. So anybody that's interested in doing a 30-day challenge, I think it would be really fun, and we could, you know, figure out who all wants to do that. But that's something that I did. I got challenged by a friend of mine who did a Facebook Live about it, and I gave her a little heart on there, and she reached out to me and was like, so you're doing 30 days with me. I was like, okay, all I did was give you like a heart to give you some, you know, thumbs up and to love you up a little bit. But she did get me to commit to it, which was something that I hadn't done in the past. So it is creating more people watching my lives. Now I actually have some interaction on there, which is a lot of fun to actually have interaction on your lives as opposed to talking to yourself on the phone and knowing people are going to watch the replay. I can tell you that from experience. So something I wanted to bring up, because I'm talking about lives, and this is something that I feel like was some of my issues, was to become successful, you must be willing to be uncomfortable. Sometimes we have to step out of our comfort zone, or expand our comfort zone, as we like to say, so that way we can have have a bigger impact on the world. So do you fear success, or are you afraid of what others will say to discourage you? And I feel like in the past, that has been some of my discomfort, was being afraid of what others would think or say. And now I authentically shared this last week after convention. I was like, hey, this is what I'm going to be sharing about. And, you know, if you don't like it, don't watch it. And I was just like real, because I was like, you know what, I'm not going to stay small anymore. I'm not going to, and this was actually what I shared a few days ago, was that I just really want to step out of the box and help more people. And I'm not going to let other people discouraging me stop me. So, sometimes, you know, we have to adapt to succeed and become that better person that we want to be. So that's something that going live on Facebook daily has definitely made me uncomfortable, but it's definitely also expanded my comfort zone. So just wanted to share a little bit on that. And we still have a few minutes left. So anybody that wants to share, open it up.
Hey, can I jump in? This is Jody Parker. Can you guys hear me?
Jody. Yes, and we love you, Jody. Go for it.
Thank you. I wanted to jump in. I want to add on to that Facebook Live thing. I've been doing it 4 days a week since the beginning of June. I've increased my friends list by a couple hundred, and that's by screening everyone. And I make my videos public so they can be shared. And I don't just talk about nutrition. I talk about today's thought, which is whatever I'm passionate about for the day. And it's made a gigantic difference. And I wanted to throw out to people two things. Number one, to support your team members and to support each other, always put a heart or a wow. Don't use the like button or the angry or the sad, because that will decrease the algorithm. But the heart or the wow will increase the algorithm, and commenting increases the algorithm. So make sure that you comment, even if it is just one of the emojis. Comment on people's lives or on their posts when you see them. And the other thing I wanted to toss out there is, if you are uncomfortable and you don't want to go live, but you know you need to, then go ahead and do a dual screen and interview someone, and bring somebody on who is comfortable onto your page and interview them, and that will get you your feet wet, so that you can get out there. And I know there's a lot of us who are willing to do that. I've done it a couple times with people. I'm happy to go live with people if you need that. So I wanted to just toss that out there, and I'm driving, so I'm distracted. But if anybody wants me to do that, or if you need help with how to do that, then let me know.
Thanks, Jody. I really appreciate that. And your lives are phenomenal, and I'd love to interview you, so I'll be in touch soon. And then just to touch on one of the things that you were talking about, Naeva, about our fears versus our light. Are you guys open to hearing the inaugural speech that was given by Nelson Mandela, that was written by Marianne Williamson? I've got it in front of me if you want to hear it.
Yes.
Okay. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate.
Ready?
Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. On that note, I'm just going to say one more thing. Mercury goes forward on Saturday. So if things seem a little backwards or not quite going smooth, maybe let it go for a little while, because Saturday is a really good time for new beginnings, and things are going to be falling into place according to the stars.
Another thing, thank you, Tara. That's my favorite quote ever. Another thing, I am teaching a online workshop, online interactive video course this weekend, all about nutrition during pregnancy. It's only $20. It's 2 hours on Zoom. If anybody wants to join or send people, pregnant women or people that are wanting to learn more about nutrition during pregnancy, I'm definitely going to highlight a lot of Purium products, and will definitely recommend that, you know, whomever the person is that originally told them about Purium, you know, to reach out to them. But if you guys want to send anybody to this class, it's only $20. It's Saturday. 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if somebody can't make the live stream, I record it and they can just watch the recording. Yeah, but it'll be a lot of really potent information, and I'll talk tons about spirulina and chlorella and wheatgrass and barley grass juice, MVP, and how important they are during the pregnancy journey. So I just wanted to put that offering out to everybody.
Thank you so much.
I want
Awesome.
to say something. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to remind everybody that I do Facebook Live every Monday at 5:30 Pacific Time in Espanol. So we have a Facebook page in Spanish as the company's website, but I committed to be for a year every Monday at 5:30 Pacific Time. So please invite all your prospects to speak Spanish. Okay? Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lucy, for doing that.
Wow, that's
Awesome.
Which page is that? Where is that page?
Yeah, I want to know that too.
I put it in the comments right here, the Nesperian in Espanol. Also, I'm translating some documents in there, and I'm going to put them in there, the 10-day transformation clinic, the 40-day paradise. Eventually, little by little, I'm putting more and more stuff in there. It's already translated into Spanish, and it's for everybody.
Purim and Espanol.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Hey guys, it's Rox. I just wanted to add one more little bit, which is this idea that I got from Bob Heilig, who's going to be doing all of our business summits, and I really encourage everybody to get to those. They've rolled out all the mainland dates, and there's a Hawaii date coming. But something that he shares that I really liked is the approach of, rather than like creating content and being some sort of specialist, really looking at your social media, especially like live videos and things like that, as a documentary format. You're documenting your learning experience. So even if you don't feel like you totally understand what glyphosate is and how GMOs work and how the gut microbiome works, then maybe just going live and being like super authentic with your community, which is a big piece, especially with millennials. Like, we've got to be real, because the moment it gets salesy, millennials just get totally triggered. And so just to illuminate your audience with what your learning curve is and be like, hey guys, you know, I don't totally understand all of this right now, but these are the things that I'm learning, and kind of bring them in to learn with you, I think is a really powerful approach. So even if you don't feel like you're totally a professional in all of this, that's great. That's better even, because you can come from that place of learning and bring your audience along for the journey. So just really look at this instead of content creation, look at your social media like documentation.
I love that. Thank you. Awesome. Well, I see that at the top of the hour, but I can stay on a little longer if anybody else would like to share or bounce up next.
How was school?
What? And otherwise, we might be call since we're at the top of the hour. Does anybody have anything they'd like to share?
Hey, hey Naiva, it's Leah. I'll hop on video if I can. I'm in my tiny home right now, in the bathroom.
Oh, it's so cute, isn't she?
But
that one there.
I just wanted to share that something that I've been using to share with people to give another resource is the GMOrepair.com site is an amazing resource, and it's kind of like a third party validation of what we're doing, and kind of like, don't take it from me, check out this resource. I think that that's a really powerful tool. And at the bottom it talks a little bit about Biomedic, and then kind of like, if you're interested in purchasing this or learning more, get back to the person who sent you this link. So GMOrepair.com. I love it, and I don't know if maybe the Hive Mind can help me with this. If there's a way to like hyperlink to one's own site with that, or just hope that they get back to you. I've been kind of following up with people that I've shared that link with, but I just think that that's a great tool, especially now with all the information that's coming out about glyphosate, Monsanto, Bayer, you know, and all of those kind of like the correlations. And kind of the solution that we have. So just wanted to share that. Love you guys. It was so great to see everybody in person. And yeah, just really, really grateful that, thanks Naiva. This was a really great learning tool, and everyone's chiming in and all this amazing information, I think really is powerful, a powerful way for us to come together and like teach each other, share what's working, and then go out and just heal the world. So thanks you guys. I love you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Leah.
I love you
Anybody
guys
else?
too. Thank you all of
Yay.
you.
Hey,
And I think
Naiva,
we have a call later on this evening about more about the biomedic and the glyphosate and all of that with Dave today. So is that what's happening? Is that what that 6 o'clock call was, Tara, that somebody asked at the beginning? Yeah. So that will be today. Make sure and tune into our company call to learn more about that. That will be a really great opportunity to dive in even deeper into our learning experience about glyphosate and the way that we can offer a solution. So
Hey, Naiva,
thank you all for joining us today.
can I chime in real
Go
quick?
ahead, Haley.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah.
I just sent a message to you, Skylar, Roxy, Rachel, and Raven about offering that pregnancy mastermind, like nutrition for pregnancy and breastfeeding mastermind. I would love to do that, preferably ASAP because baby's due in 10 days, but I would love to just sign up for a mastermind in the next week or so, if there's any spaces that need to be filled.
Awesome. Let's pull that, Haley. That's awesome.
Perfect.
We'll be awesome. So much for hopping on this amazing call, and I appreciate everyone. You know, go out and keep sharing your heart and passion, and you all on the call on Monday.
Thank you, Naiva. Please post this as soon as you can.
Sounds good.
Aloha.